Week 5 of the NFL, and we'll see this team's leader at quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. We can hardly wait for the start of this one, and it's coming up next.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. And just like that, the season has reached October. Joined by Brock Hewitt up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, I don't know about you, but I always feel like the smells start to change in October. It just really starts to smell like fall, smell like football, second month of the regular season. And these next few games take on a greater importance moving forward.
Gosh, I wish I had a sense of smell. Mine is so bad, but I love what you're cooking right there. And I love this stretch of games because it makes a lot of teams contenders and a bunch of the other sellers as the trade deadline arrives here at the end of the month. You're going on a hot streak heading into Halloween, and things will be...
We're through the first quarter of the season. Hard to believe, I know, as we kick off in this Week 5 contest. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And they'll be led out by the longtime veteran of QB.
Hey, it wasn't a banner game you had last week, stuffing the stat sheet, but still one that falls squarely into the good territory. Had a couple touchdowns to make up for the one interception, and his effort was enough to be one of the pillars in their win, and certainly some momentum to build on today.
Straight to the air they go. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Now looking to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it sets up 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 47. Complete out to the right. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 26. And that'll give him a 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
On 1st down, they'll run. He's within striking distance. And finally, he's down at the 5-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one. Back to throw now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
Bend. Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
So on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal attempt. This only a chip shot from the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And this drive will start inside the 25. So here comes this offense as they get set for their opening drive. Leading them out, someone we're all very excited to watch. This rookie quarterback from the University of Oklahoma.
Kate, when I watch these rookie quarterbacks running out to open a game, I think of the old World Series great pitcher Cliff Lee. And he made a one-handed play in the World Series and was asked about it afterwards. They said, man, how do you have so much poise? You didn't even look nervous on that stage. And he said, sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. You got to tell yourself you'll be just fine. And these rookie QBs, that's part of the learning curve they're climbing.
2nd and 3 now. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Off the play fake, he's gonna throw. He's on the move. He's gonna keep it this time. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing he woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Here's a throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. He gets 6 on that play, and that's a Chicago 1st down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Short pass brought in. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. From the 41. Connects on the crosser. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
That's completed out to the right. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up here. They'll throw it again. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Following that completion, a member of the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. All set up now for 1st and 10. Still sticking with the passing game. And he has the Chicago touchdown! These guys pull ahead 6-3 in the 1st. Well, whether he stays the go-to guy the entire game, we will all judge together. But no doubt about it on that opening drive, Brock, he was the star. Bunch of catches and a touchdown to begin this one.
Yeah, I think this is twofold. Number one, you love to get this guy started early. He's a playmaker. He's a difference maker. Number two, this defense, well, they better be on high alert because this offense feels like they have a matchup they can attack and attack, and that time attack a 3rd time for 6.
So they tag him for roughing the kicker, and now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Thanks to the penalty, they'll kick it away from further up the field. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Hits him on the out route.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
From the 32. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Well, it looks like the defense jumps just before the snap there.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still 3rd down.
After the penalty, 3rd and a yard coming up. They'll run here following the penalty. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. They stop him just short and force a 4th and 1.
Big man up front said, "Not in my house." Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this: it's over. Over.
Punting unit out now. Surprisingly had to punt 5 times in last week's win, and he sends this away. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. It's a 61-yard punt that time, and they're going to take over possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. Back to the well again. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense.
Offside, defense.
Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him.
Automatic 1st down.
They've got 1st down from the 31. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they face 2nd down. They'll throw it. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. He's dropping back to throw. Caught, nice gain left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This play goes for 36. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They bring the tight end in motion. Throwing it again here. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. A tight end in motion now. From the 26, they get to him behind the line, and he loses the football. It's picked up by the defense. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. It's a big momentum swing on the final play of our opening quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to the Windy City in just a moment. Welcome back for the start of the second. Our visiting offense out in possession of the ball. They got it off that fumble recovery to end the first. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Another carry for him. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7. Throwing off the play fake here. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
Hey, I get it, Kate. 3rd down, you're doing all you can to try to stay on the field. But unfortunately, poor ball security loosens his hold on it, and the defense knocks it free. Instead of facing 4th down, even better, that defense is off the field completely.
Chicago getting set to take the field now. They've ripped off 4 straight wins, and if this lead holds, that's going to be 5 before we know it. Throwing now, following the turnover. Completed over the middle. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he takes this one in for a Chicago touchdown. These guys take the fumble and get 6 out of it. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
That one right down the middle. And these guys drive their lead to 11. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They got 24 yards on the play. And they're going to have a 1st down.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the 1st down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
From midfield now. Throwing the out route complete. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Escapes the pocket. He's going to tuck it and run. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Back-to-back carries here. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. It'll be a gain of 5, so now 4th and short. A decision to be made coming up here.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Fourth and 3, drive on the line. Back to throw, needing a first. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's going to be out of bounds right along the 20. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They give it to him again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. Looking for a throw here. That's caught for the first. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Looking to throw on 1st and goal. And that one's incomplete, but boy, are they lucky it wasn't intercepted. That was a risky shot, but fortunately, they still have 2nd down coming up. He'll look to throw. Vacates quickly. Pressure coming, and they take him down. And that sack gonna cost them some yardage.
Kate, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to author a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force to throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play. Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They'll throw to begin this drive. Has him on the quick hitter. Continuing to move past the 45. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Throwing now, off play action. Completed to his running back. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a Chicago 1st down. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. They get those 2 yards back, but now it leaves them with 3rd and 10. Looking to the air here. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a fourth down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's now a two-possession game as the lead grows to 11. After the field goal, they'll boot it away and put their defense back out on the field. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Setting up the screen. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
He's on the move. He's keeping it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. 1st and 10, looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. From the 47. Short pass brought in. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And he works this to the 38 before going down. He'll throw it yet again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Pass play now. Hits him on the out route. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
From the red zone now. Has it down close. And in for the touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
That one splits the uprights. And his guys cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. This offense getting to take the field one more time in the half. And with all their timeouts remaining, Brock, they may be able to put a little something together here before halftime. Pass play on 1st and 10. Dumped off to his running back. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Complete over the middle. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. 2nd and 3 now. From the 43. Hits him on the in route. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's a Chicago first down. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. Not much time left in the half, so the kicking team out on first down. This one from an even 40 yards out. The vet in his 14th season, still knocking them through. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. He'll throw it. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. So that's halftime for us here. It's a 7-point game after our first 2 quarters. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando. We'll just keep it right here and get started with the 3rd quarter. Teams are back out on the field. Everyone is set, and the second half is underway. Returning it from the 4. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. They bring a tight end in motion right. Throwing now on first down. Completed over the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. First down, ball at the 36. They send a tight end in motion. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Catch made over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Chicago brings out the punting unit. And this will be his first effort of the contest. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. They'll throw on first. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still first down.
So they'll only need 5 now after that neutral zone infraction penalty. They've got a man in motion. Running it after the penalty. Past midfield to the 45. And he gets this down to the 38. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that'll be a first down. New set of downs for him at the 38. To the air now on 1st and 10. Finds him on the crossing route. And he'll be brought down at about the 29.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is. Because that QB and tight ends, they got that ball out in a hurry.
From the 29. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself. Fights off the tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. Oh, and they get it back. The play's still live. That play good for 17 and a first down. Working inside the red zone. This throw is caught.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support.
And the catch is made for the touchdown. These guys start the second half with some needed points. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
Looking to tack on the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And these guys bring it back to even. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. This return starts at the 5. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Looking for the back that time. So that brings up second down. Throwing now from the gun. That one's incomplete over the middle. Trying to find his tight end. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That one's complete, right side. And he'll get it up to the 44. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Chicago first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Receiver in motion, headed right. And he's brought down for a loss.
On these 1st and 10 calls, defenses are always keyed in that a run might be coming their way. And as soon as the QB turned to give the ball, the entire defense came crashing in to bury them for a loss.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. He's on the... Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the hits just keep coming for them on this play, it seems. Elsewhere on the field, they've got a player hurt and in need of some attention. Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Setting up a throw. Rolling left, buying some time. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
You know, that's a really good play. I know it doesn't get the first down, doesn't keep them on the field, but what it does is it keeps that defense honest. And I promise you, the next time in that situation, they'll have that run in the back of their minds.
And a well-placed kick here. Not quite on the goal line, but they're pinned deep at their own 10. The visitors ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. He's going to throw this one. Looking slant route, complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st and 10, looking to throw. That one's caught along the left sideline. Keeps on moving into the red zone. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Cut near the goal line. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. 2nd chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
It's 3rd and goal, back to throw. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And they've taken back the lead.
He connects now for a 3rd time, and that's the biggest of the 3 field goals he's made in this contest. Gives him the lead. Now you turn the keys over to your defense to try and protect it.
Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. Their offense ready to take the field now. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Hits him on the out route. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Kate, if you and I took a whirlwind tour and watched young quarterbacks, the hardest route to complete is this one. A lot of them could throw go routes and slants and drags and in cuts, but throwing that out route takes some time, takes some precision, and a whole bunch of trust between QB and receiver.
And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. They're set up at the 35 now. They'll run here on 1st down. And they take him down right along the 30. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. So we're through 3 here. It's just a field goal game right now as we get set for our final quarter. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They're throwing it. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. And It's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
He puts one through the uprights, and now he'll send it towards the other end zone. Return starts at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. That count runs their offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Running it now out of the gun. And they'll only let him get up to around the 28 before taking him down. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. He'll throw it. Couldn't bring it in over the middle. Incomplete.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
To throw it on 1st down. Looking right, and he finds him. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. Throwing it again here. Oh, he put some heat on this. He's got it inside the 25. And he gets this forward to the 19. That's a 38-yard play for him to move the sticks.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. From the red zone now. Throwing the out route complete. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. It's 2nd and goal. Dropping back to throw. Getting out to his left. And nothing doing on that run. Defenders bottle it up quickly.
What an excellent job there by the defense. Once he gets out on the move, to be able to corral and contain him and not give up any yards. So often the unit can't keep that contained, and a play like that will go for a big gain.
Looking touchdown, but can't connect.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The offense headed back to the field. And they brought out their kicker for a field goal their last possession. This time they'll look to bring him out for an extra point instead. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Bails out of the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Finds a man, right side. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Back to throw. Dialing up a receiver screen. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Plowing up the middle. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Hits him on the in route. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And they'll have 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And he goes out a little short of the 40.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They're set up at the 35 now. On 1st down, they'll run. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. They'll run it from the gun. And this time, they won't surrender anything. They wrap him up at the line. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. Back to throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
Even from the booth, Kate, I can hear it. I can hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
Now this offense getting set to work here. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Pass play coming here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Here he is to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Looking to throw it. That's incomplete. Trying to set up the screen there.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Here he is to throw. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. This offense making its way back out now. They run out still in possession of a 3-point lead thanks to the efforts of their defense, Brock, and now a chance to run out this clock.
And you do not want to put your defense back on the field in a tough position and needing another stand to end it. You take control of it. You make sure that defense is rested and celebrating, and hopefully you can pull out that victory formation.
The give here on 2nd. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Timeout taken by the defense. They're 2nd. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. This won't run out the clock just yet, Brock. They're going to have to kneel it again after this one. With the win in hands, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a one-score ball game. So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And they're able to run this winning streak to 3 as they have really caught fire recently. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It was a great effort from our winners as we say so long from Chicago.